Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's webinar, Automating eDoc, eDocs Monitor, the latest in WindowBook's educational webinar series. My name is Monica Lundquist, and I am Postal Affairs and Technical Support Manager here at WindowBook. Assisting me today, Steve Dowdy, our Mailing Industry Software Specialist. Today's webinar topic is an exciting new tool from WindowBook called eDocs Monitor. This is a great new method to automate submission of electronic documentation, or eDoc, through PostalOne. eDocs Monitor is an enhanced version of our previous MD Service Manager module. It is an add-on module to our DatMail software, but unlike MD Service Manager, eDocs Monitor may be used with or without DatMail. So, even if you use a mail.dat editing software other than DatMail, or if you don't use any mail.dat editing software at all, you can still take advantage of eDocs Monitor to streamline your PostalOne transactions. We hope that you'll be as excited as we are about this great time-saving tool. Please contact your WindowBook account representative after the webinar for more details on accessing this new module. A few housekeeping notes before we begin. When you logged into the webinar, GoToWebinar automatically puts you into mute mode, which just helps cut down on the background noise. If you have a question during the webinar, please type your question into the questions area, which is located on the webinar console on your screen. Or if you dialed in via phone to access the audio, you may also click on the raise hand icon, which is also on the webinar screen, and we'll be taking all questions at the end of the webinar. You are likely familiar with this screenshot, which is the PostalOne Business Customer Gateway. This is the means to download the Postal Service's software called mail.dat client, which is used for electronic transactions with the Postal Service. This is also referred to as PostalOne. Now, while this is a great improvement over printing and submitting hard copy documents, there are some drawbacks. Interaction with PostalOne requires the download and use of the Postal Service software mail.dat client, which is also sometimes referred to as MDR client. There are two modes of transmission in PostalOne. The first is interactive, which requires a manual user interface, or UI. The second is batch mode, which essentially operates like a hot folder, and this is used for automated uploading and downloading. Both of these modes currently have some drawbacks. The interactive mode requires the user interface and manual uploading. The batch mode is more automated and eliminates the UI and manual uploading. However, there's no way to check on the status of the uploads or the postage statements without manual intervention using the user interface. Although the status information is available on PostalOne using the dashboard, users must either scroll through the entire listing of submitted statements or go through a multi-step process to generate a more specific query, which is shown here. All of this can be time-consuming. So, eDocs Monitor to the rescue. eDocs Monitor is a very user-friendly method to view your PostalOne jobs, validation logs, debug logs, and status receipts. Even more important, eDocs Monitor places your jobs into staging folders so that you don't need to wait for files to upload to PostalOne. You can continue on to process other jobs and use eDocs Monitor to check on the status of those jobs. And now, to give you a live demonstration of this exciting new product, is Steve Dowdy. He's our Mailing Industry Software Specialist. He will give you a live look at how eDocs Monitor works. Go ahead, Steve, take it away.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Many of you are familiar with the USPS PostalOne MDR client interactive system, and we see that here. This is what most people have used for their TIM testing to become eligible for PostalOne. As you may know, you submit a job one at a time, first the original release, and then the update release, or the ready-to-pay file, and then you wait for those to process and come back with error messages or a message that the file went in